Since the so-called ceasefire in Gaza in October 2025, Israeli forces have killed at least 1,222 Palestinians and injured 4,053, according to Gaza's Ministry of Health. The Israeli government and Trump's so-called Board of Peace have begun work building a so-called humanitarian zone, which consists of tightly controlled camps to further concentrate Palestinian civilians, while Israeli occupation forces expand and consolidate their illegal occupation of Gaza. Israeli newspaper Hayom has reported that these camps are designed to help the Israeli government, quote, deepen its grip on areas beyond the yellow line, end quote, stating that, quote, officials in the cabinet pledged that the IDF is not expected to withdraw from the yellow line, but rather to deepen its hold on the area, end quote. While also reporting that an Israeli government source told the paper, quote, we are maneuvering within the American constraints, increasing the pace of eliminations while staying below the threshold of international criticism, end quote. Over 73,340 Palestinians have been killed by the Israeli government since 7 October 2023, with many thousands more missing and presumed dead under the rubble, in addition to the recorded death toll, according to Gaza's Ministry of Health. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced in late July 2026 that his government is, quote, accelerating the legalization of farm outposts and establishment of new ones in the West Bank alongside military raids, vowing to, quote, act with full force, end quote. Escalating violent attacks across the occupied West Bank by Israeli settlers and raids by Israeli forces are the latest phase in the long-standing campaign to inflict terror, ethnic cleansing and forced displacement of the Palestinian people. Settler violence is escalating daily, with more illegal outposts erected and frequent violent attacks on Palestinian civilians. During just the first few days of August 2026, Israeli forces detained 7 Palestinians, including 2 children, during overnight raids in the West Bank. Israeli settlers separately assaulted a family in their own farmland home, and civilians across various areas were assaulted with pepper spray and tear gas. Palestinian sources recorded more than 11,000 attacks by Israeli forces and settlers across the West Bank in the first half of 2026 alone, with Hebron, Ramallah and Nablus the worst areas affected. Meanwhile, the UN's Human Rights Agency reported that in the first half of 2026, 12 Palestinians were killed by Israeli settlers, 3 by Israeli forces, and 3 deaths remain disputed. The Israeli state's continued military aggression in Gaza and acceleration of illegal occupation in the West Bank are flagrant violations of international law and a deliberate campaign to enforce further wide-scale annexation and ethnic cleansing and prevent peace and stability in the region. This House calls on the Australian government to immediately enforce a total arms embargo on Israel, demand the arrest and surrender of wanted fugitives to the International Criminal Court, and impose sanctions against all those responsible for Israel's war crimes, illegal settlements and other crimes against humanity.